There's canceling a show, and then there's going out of your way to erase that show from existence entirely. And that's what Disney's doing right now with The Acolyte. Stick around to hear more. Hello, I'm Marvin, and I'm the Movie Monster. Yesterday, as I crawled out of my post-Acolyte cancellation celebration coma to return to the land of living for our big 2,500 subscriber celebration, I heard something that was truly shocking. Apparently, Disney wasn't just content with canceling the universally despised show from the mind of Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, Leslie Headland. The House of Mouse was going out of its way to obliterate any and all proof that the show ever existed at all. Every bit of Acolyte merchandise was pulled from Disney's online store. This comes at a time when the show's action figures are just starting to hit department store shelves, where they'll undoubtedly sit for long periods of time, warming the pegs until they're ultimately cast into a $4.99 bin and then shipped off to Ollie's. By the end of the day, Disney restocked its virtual shelves with 4 Acolyte t-shirts. No toys, no Smilo Ren helmets, just 4 simple t-shirts. So, what does this mean? What are the implications of this move by Disney? And what does this mean for the future of Star Wars projects? We're going to discuss all of that and much more on Tooneytown TV. All right, so the Acolyte merchandise pulled, all merchandise and branding removed from the Disney store after announcement of the show's cancellation, and this is an article from That Park Place from John F. Trent. Now, we're going to be talking about what's in here, plus a little update on what's gone on, because first they pulled it, and then they put it back. So let's talk about it a little bit. The Walt Disney Company removed merchandise for the Acolyte, as well as the entire brand from its Disney store amid the show being canceled. Now, that's unprecedented. Obviously, the numbers for the show absolutely terrible. An ex-user named Review Bomb Adams said, "I heard the Acolyte merch was missing from the Disney store, so I went and checked it out for myself. Here is what I found." So in that video, he goes to the Disney store and he found this page. So now, oops, page not found. Nothing for the Acolyte. We just got a picture of Wreck-It Ralph and no merchandise to be had. Now that happened. That went down for most of the day. For most of the day, there was no Acolyte anywhere on the Disney store. And gosh, man, that was a wonderful day. But unfortunately, when you go to the Disney store now, you see this. You see these 4 t-shirts. So you got one that's like a pretty cool little, well, cool is a relative term here. It's still the Acolyte, but it's like a mashup of the characters. Then you got an Osha and May, which I cannot imagine anybody wearing that. You got one of the evil Jedi, the evil Jedi that she had to kill, another one of the evil Jedi. So that's it. Just 4 t-shirts. And I'm pretty sure that this is kind of like a T Fury situation, or T Public, where you just print these on demand and ship them out. So it's not like they got boxes of these shirts sitting around taking up room in some warehouse. Now, if you look at Amazon.com right now, you will see that they've got some stuff. They've got the Smilo Ren helmet, which apparently did sell pretty well. They got the Jedi Master Trinity action figure. They got the Acolyte 6-pack. I'm sure that's selling like mad. That's a pre-order. That comes out on November 4th. But then you've got the I guess that's Oshley, Osha, yeah, Osha Anastasia, and you got Jedi Master Squid Games, and God, one of the worst looking action figures I've ever seen in my life. You also got one of Mary Kate. You got another one of Jedi Master Squid Games from t-shirts. There's Jedi Master Leslie Headland's wife, who has a lightsaber instead of a light whip there. You got Jedi Superfan, Padawan Chitara, and even Them at Ada. And it looks like Them at Ada also has a Funko Pop, and and so does Smilo Ren, Agent Ezra Miller, whatever you want to call him. Now, this is interesting to me because it seems like, this merchandise was created and sent out, but Disney is not selling it in its stores. I have not seen anything in the parks for any of it. They're not even in any of the Star Wars stores. Now, we're talking Tatooine Traders, Doc Honda's Den of Antiquities. I mean, you've got a whole mess of Star Wars stores. You got 2 whole Star Wars stores in Disney Springs as well, and I didn't see any Acolyte stuff in any of those. So it looks like the Acolyte merchandise, good for thee, but not for me. Disney is just shipping it out. They're sending it elsewhere. They want nothing to do with this Drek, taking up space in their warehouses. So John Trent goes on to say, furthermore, when you searched for Star Wars and filtered by movie and show, the Acolyte was no longer listed. One could see shows such as The Bad Batch, Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Rebels, The Clone Wars, and even Young Jedi Adventures. Young Jedi Adventures is on there. Book of Boba Fett is on there, but not The Acolyte. That should show you right away. They want this show gone. They want to completely erase from history. They don't want anything to do with this show reflecting on the company anymore going forward. What an abysmal failure. Leslie Headland's failure was complete. Adding those 4 t-shirts back in. Gosh, I don't even know what that was all about. I don't know why you pull it and then you add those 4 t-shirts back in. Maybe they were setting up the on-demand printing. I have no idea. He also shared that when you attempt to search by character, no characters from the Acolyte show up. A screenshot from Google also confirmed that the pieces of merchandise were indeed once on the Disney Store, but had been removed and have since been moved back in. So, yeah, it's so weird that they're not putting it. You're going to see it in Target. You're going to see it in Walmart. They're going to be there forever. And they're going to be peg warmers basically. Now, what I think is interesting about this is it kind of speaks to the larger issue of the High Republic, just a total disaster. And what our friend WW Pro uncovered on his show was that they got no High Republic novels or anything coming out after May of next year, which means they might be discontinuing it altogether. It seems to me like Lucasfilm has hit hard reverse, full stop, and they are just doing everything in their power to erase this High Republic, to erase this Acolyte, to get rid of that whole era essentially and get back to actually trying to make Star Wars content, which, if they can actually do it, more power to them. But I don't think it's that easy. I mean, Marvel was very quietly firing all of their activist producers over a period of time, and now it's like a completely different ship over there at Marvel. But Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy and her cronies have infected every last bit of that company. I don't know how you get rid of them without just restaffing the entire company from top to bottom. Every bit of Lucasfilm is infected with that stink, and the Star Wars name is just mud now. No matter what these purple-haired idiots want to say when they scream and cry and carry on Twitter and compare it to terrible tragedies that the Acolyte was canceled. Somebody actually compared it to September 11th, and I was like, are you absolutely kidding me right now? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But the bottom line here is, folks, the merchandise there's only 4 t-shirts left. That's insane to me. That's unbelievable. It's unprecedented. And we're looking at a possibility that they might take this entire show and do with it what they did to that Willow show. They were planning on doing a season 2 of that show, but it was so poorly received and it was making them such little return that they destroyed it. They deleted it. They took it off Disney Plus entirely and actually collected a tax break from it. So I could totally see the Acolyte at least trying to regain some of the money they spent. I mean, they spent $180 million on this show that nobody watched. So at that point, why not just take it out entirely and get the tax break? I mean, it's going to make the weirdos on Twitter lose their minds. But as Disney learned very painfully here, pandering to those people doesn't work. They absolutely don't tune in. They don't buy movie tickets. Marvel learned that the hard way, but they also apparently do not tune in to Disney Plus shows. So there you go, guys. What do you think? Do you think we're going to see any more merchandise for the Acolyte? How long do you think these action figures are going to sit on the shelves over at Target and Walmart? When are we going to see them showing up at Ollie's and in the $4.99 bin? What sells better, AEW action figures or the Acolyte action figures? I actually think AEW figures will sell better. I think the only people buying these action figures, because even the hardcore, like adult collectors aren't going to buy them. I think the only people that are going to buy these action figures are going to be like grandparents who are like, well, Billy likes Star Wars and that says Star Wars on it. So let's get him the action figure of this girl. And he's some poor kid on Christmas morning is going to open up a May action figure and be like, what is this? This isn't Obi-Wan Kenobi. Where's my Young Jedi Adventures action figure or whatever? So sound off in the comments, folks. Let me know what you think. The Acolyte is the biggest Star Wars Disney flop in history, and despite a bunch of purple-haired holdos trying to kick and scream and hold their collective breath after the fact online, no one actually watched this horror show. The Acolyte is dead and gone, and we'll never have to suffer through it again. The merchandise was doomed for failure from the start. The show had no cultural impact and has no sizable audience. Those t-shirts are likely printed on demand, which means Disney is liquidating their stock. Yes, you'll see the Acolyte action figures on Amazon and clogging up the toy aisle at Walmart, but you won't be seeing them in Disney parks, Disney's online store, or most importantly, people's homes. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you'll join us Thursday nights at 8 p.m. EST for Toonie Talk TV, a live stream pop culture podcast where you can join in the conversation live and make your voice heard as part of the Toonitown community. If you liked what you saw here today, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon to get notified of new videos as they drop. From all of us here at the Toonitown channels, I'm Marvin the Movie Monster. Now get out of here!